So leaving FFRR and then deciding to actually write an actual album.
Yeah.
What's that process?
That was the initial. Yeah. It was like, okay, we've been in this position for the last 5 years. We had our groove. We were like writing music consistently, putting out music consistently, and we kind of, it was ironically timed just before COVID hit that we put out Unfold, and obviously that came with its downsides.
Yeah.
But like we had always planned to like take a step back from just putting Icarus music out there. We're like, right, we want to explore collaborating more, writing with other people, mixing other people's stuff.
What was the reasoning behind that? Were you just like over it, or?
No, not over it. I think it was, we just got to that point where it felt like a kind of bookend of a period or an era for us, and we just wanted a little bit of a change. Not like a permanent thing or anything like that, but just like a little break. But yeah, with what happened with COVID and stuff, everybody else
had the break.
was in the same boat as us. Like nobody had any shows. Everyone was like, right, we need to do like production, writing, mix work, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we kind of had, we were kind of in the same position as everyone else. So, but we did like 12 months basically of that, basically writing, mixing, like random projects, other artists' projects. So it was good. It was like a good, healthy, like change.
Yeah.
In what we've been doing.
Did it revitalize, or was it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that period away from it, it was like, it was weird initially to even start to think about writing original music again.
Yeah.
Almost daunting. Like what are we even going to write?
Yeah.
Who even are we?
Yeah.
What do we like?
Yeah.
There was a bit of that sort of like flapping around for probably a couple of weeks, and then we just got stuck in. And it was like, we got like right into the flow pretty quickly, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that was exciting because you know what it's like when you do write a lot for your own project. And when you've been doing it for years, it can quite quickly become stagnant and you kind of lose inspiration.
It's also very easy just to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I know I'm good at this. I know people like it. So let's just do it again and again and again. And then there comes a point where it's like, I can't write another fucking this record, or I can't write another that record. But it's actually really hard to get out of that.
It is,
That
you have to like
thing.
really push yourself to not fall into the same just routine of doing that. But definitely time away, like working on this, that, and everything, like just really helped that. Because like I said, we came back to it, kind of no idea what we were going for.
Yeah.
And just got a bunch of demos together really quickly, and it felt really good. So we just carried on, and I think the initial idea was to write an EP or a couple of singles, and kind of like it did happen with Unfold. We just kept going, and something started to come together.
It was whereas this time when it came together, we made a conscious decision, like, okay, let's try and write an album, and we're seeing how that goes. But I think we're quite deep in it, and actually we didn't want to plaster it online and say, okay, right, this is single one from the album that's coming, so we're just like, we'll start putting the music out first, which we've done, like the music that we're doing currently. Last Night Felt Like the Future, Forever, Catch Your Breath, following the same like artwork theme. Like we've done all that. We've done all the back end. Like we know kind of what we're going for. We've got our theme, got our artwork. So we're just like, let's start and then see how it goes. Like I say, we've got the music really, haven't we now?
Yeah, we're in the position now where it's like, we need to just go. We did the other week. We went through everything. We're like, right, we've got enough now. We've written so much. We can't go on like this forever. Like, let's select the best out of the stuff we like.
And
let's finish it.
Yeah, and this is the thing about not being with a team as well, and you have to kind of learn it yourself.
Yeah,
is that because we are the label. Like you have to put that hat on with yourselves, and be like, okay, guys, like,
where's the album?
Give yourself deadlines are really. Do you like working towards deadlines though?
Yes and no.
Yeah, like mostly no, but it's like it's essential, isn't it? Otherwise, we'll just carry on forever.
Yeah. I think there's also has to be an end to something, because I think then otherwise, as a human being, you don't ever achieve anything.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know how you are, Will, with like finishing music and putting it out there, and if you listen to it afterwards. But I think as we've gotten older, we've got better at just being like, right, this is finished next week. It's done. Like, move on, because there's always something else to move on to. Like, previously, we would just go round and round and round, and like you say, it doesn't get you anywhere. But it's very easy to do that, isn't it?
Super easy. I think for me is like I was kind of the opposite to start with for a long time, where I'd just like be like, fuck it, just put it out. But then I'd realize like I need to spend a bit more time on my records, because otherwise they just sound shit. And then I went kind of the other way, where it would like, I'd be like, I can make this better and make this better and make this better and work on it. And then you get to a point where you're like, have I made it better or have I made it worse? Whereas like now I did it last week actually. There's a record that I'm putting out that I know I could probably make better, but I'm also like, can I be bothered? And will me making it better actually make it better, or is it just it's a vibe now? So let's just put the vibe out. As long as it sounds sonically good, like, it's a vibe. But it's a weird battle, isn't it? Because I'm sure you've got friends and I've got friends that they just never put any music out, and you're like, well, you work in the music business, you don't put music out. It's like, come on.
It's heartbreaking sometimes and frustrating, because you're like, so many people are sitting on gold. Like, depending on what you define gold as, but like, you just think it's not doing any good on your hard drive.
No.
Like,
no.
Get it out there in the world. Let people have it. Let people enjoy it. And it's funny as well, like, using that word better and like making stuff better and what that means to you. And that changes as well, doesn't it? Like, over the years, especially as producers, which can become such a mathematical thing, and you get caught up in all of the stuff you've learned and all of the stuff that you know is like right and wrong and all of that, and you chip away at things sometimes. And we kind of know this now, and we catch ourselves overdoing it. And we've also witnessed quite a few times, like, our own writing process is like, get the ideas down, V3 or whatever might be like really good. We'll make it shit for about 10 versions and then start to bring it back again, like towards the end of the process.
Basically undo what we spent.
Go back to V3.
And literally just EQ the hi-hat.
Oh, shit, I could have done this 6 months ago.
That's true.
But you have to allow yourself to do that sometimes.
I agree.
I think sometimes that's kind of why our partnership works.
I was going to say, it's probably a lot easier to fall into that trap on your own. But having the two of us, we can call each other out.
And you're literally watching the other person like go down that road, and you can go, whoa,
stop.
Let's save some time here. Or you go, I know what he's doing, I'm going to let him do it for a couple of hours, and then he'll realise.
I guess it's the pros and cons of just being in a duo where you know each other super well as well, and like there's no pressure for you know this isn't the only session. Like, when you're in a collab and you're like sitting next to somebody and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? But you don't want to tell them that, because you know you're just gonna redo it all again. But like, it's nice that time isn't necessarily a bad thing for you guys, where you're always working together. Do you always write together at the same time, or do you work differently?
No, like we used to. We always used. We were for years and years and years. We were in a strict kind of. We just fell into this routine. Every idea would start together in the room. And just progress it like that. And we would kind of always work on one idea. And just take it to the end. And I don't know when it switched where we would work on multiple things, but that happened. And then inevitably, like we've got laptops as well as the studio computer, so we're working outside of the studio, and we'll both start ideas now and bring them in and develop them together. And I think that's a kind of much more, we're a lot more prolific that way, and it's just much more economical with time, because if an idea is not progressing, we'll sack it off and move on. But like learning the hard way again with that stuff, just like for ages we'd just labour at a track, even if it didn't end up any good. We'd always finish everything.
Which I think is a good tool to do. It's a good tool to like learn at the beginning, is to actually how to finish a record, even if it's shit.
That's definitely beneficial. Like there's no point in having 500 ideas which never get finished. So I think getting the balance of like not pushing something if it's not going anywhere, but actually finishing stuff.
Totally.
Yeah, there's limits, isn't there? Because sometimes we've been in that situation where, and this is why I kind of, like I was saying, like we witness each other doing these different things, and we can say, oh, it's okay, we'll get to that point. But like, we have laboured at things for hours sometimes, and it's taken those hours to get that moment where you go, oh, like thank goodness we actually stuck at it. That bit's the thing now. So you kind of never know. There's so many paths.
It's the best feeling, that though, when you're putting the hours in and then something clicks, you press the wrong button that you weren't supposed to press, and you're like,
that's usually it.
So that's it. But you've got to have done those 5 hours prior to that minute where that thing happened, which you didn't mean to happen.
Happy accidents that actually like you make the happy accident yourself. Really. I love that. That's the best feeling.